Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. This is Golfing with Xavier. I am Xavier, and today, as you can tell from the title of the video, we are doing one of my favorite videos of all time, and that is my manga collection in 2022. It's been about a year since I did my last collection in 2021, and since then, my collection has grown in about 100 volumes in size, from around 600 volumes to 700 volumes, and yeah, I thought I'd just keep you guys updated. Like I said a second ago, if you guys are new here, this is Golfing with Xavier. We mostly do golf videos here on my channel, but sometimes on the side, I do manga videos, and then some of my other hobbies on the side. I don't constrict myself to just golf videos, even though that is the name of the channel. So yeah, if that's kind of up your alley, go ahead, check out my channel. I got plenty of videos you guys can look at, and plenty more videos that I do plan on making in the future. But for today, we're going to be mainly looking at my manga collection, most of the volumes in my collection, kind of some of the stories behind them, how I've gotten them, and yeah, all the fun stuff like that. I've been collecting manga since around 2015, 2016, so this has been a long process. I have not gotten 700 manga volumes overnight. And I don't encourage you, anybody out there that looks at this and like thinks, I want to have a manga collection too myself. Yeah, you can't just buy them all at once. It has to be a very slow, gradual process. And you have to know what you want first before you just go out and spend all this money. Because manga collecting, like any collection or any hobby, of collecting, can be expensive. So you got to be watch what you're doing with your money. And it's actually the reason I've kind of stopped, spending so much money on manga, is that I've realized how expensive it can be. And also, I'm kind of running out of space with collecting so much manga. So yeah, maybe fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it, I've kind of slowed down my pace of collecting manga over the years. So anyways, this is my small little manga rant, but just real quick before we dive into the video about the manga all behind me, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the support since the first video actually came out. The original manga video I did was actually one of my first videos back in 2021. It did absolutely amazing, and since then we have now, I think, 115 subscribers and 66,000 total views. So to just see the channel grow that much is just absolutely insane. I never would have imagined that we've been here. So thank you guys so much for your support. And all the new guys that are just now watching this video that aren't subscribed, if you would join my little community, it's an option. If you don't like my content, you could always unsubscribe later. I do plan on doing a manga giveaway, by the way, around 200 subscribers. I think once we hit that milestone, I want to try to put together some way of giving back to you guys. I have some extra volumes that I would much rather have you guys have than just selling it on the market back to somebody else. So that is something I plan on doing. I have no idea how that works, but that's something I do want to do, is give back to you guys. But anyways, I think that's my rant. Let's dive into the video, shall we? Alrighty, so kind of starting over here on the rightmost bookshelves over here, and we'll make our way down and we'll go left. So kind of over here we have all my Japanese learning books up there, and then I kind of just combined these two bookshelves together since last time I did my manga collection. So we'll start here, kind of go to the right. But to start off, we have the classic Naruto 1 through 48. That is the first two box sets combined. And then on top we have the light novel, fiction of Naruto up there on top. So after that we have Rurouni Kenshin, volumes 1 through 28 down here. That is complete. So kind of with the Naruto box set, I'm missing box set number 3, but with Rurouni Kenshin, I do have the complete series. Down here we have One Piece volumes 1 through 18. I almost missed the top one there. As you can tell, the new emblems are starting to come in for these, which kind of messes up the beautiful style I got going on here, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be buying all new One Piece, or I'm sorry, not One Piece, One Punch Man volumes just because they changed the emblem, but yeah. And then to the right of One Punch Man, continuing on the shonen train here, we have Bleach, volumes 1 through 22. I do believe that is just the first box set. I believe there is 3 box sets in all of Bleach, so I have 2 more to collect there. Absolutely loving Bleach as I'm reading it. And to the right of that, we have the beautiful spine arts of Demon Slayer. That is volumes 1 through 18 there. Absolutely love Demon Slayer. I actually went and watched the Demon Slayer Train movie, and that was just an absolutely amazing movie. It was my first ever anime movie that I've ever watched, and man, it was just an amazing experience. So yeah, if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend it. And if you haven't checked out Demon Slayer in general, I know season 2 just came out actually a while ago, so yeah, you guys better get on that. And down here on the last shelf here, we have Bakuman, volumes 1 through 20. This is complete. This is a manga about how manga is made, and it's not very, action oriented, and there's not that much, in that department, but the story is absolutely incredible, and just seeing, the behind the scenes of the whole thing is just actually really cool. So if you're a big manga fan, I would highly recommend checking out Bakuman. So yeah. And to relay that, we have an all-time classic right now. We have My Hero Academia, that is volumes 1 through 27. I know there's more volumes out, especially at the making of this video, but I've kind of died down on my My Hero Academia hype right now. and I just haven't really been collecting as much probably as I should. And to the right of that, we actually have the single volume of My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Can't forget about that guy. And then to the right of that, we have Magi or Maggie, volumes 1 through 18. That is not complete. And in all honesty, I don't know when I do plan on collecting more of these. I know I'm enjoying the series right now. I believe I'm a couple volumes in. But yeah, I just don't know when I'm going to be collecting more. But yeah, there's volumes 1 through 18 of that. And then to the right of that, we have volumes 1 through 3 of Food Wars. A series that I really haven't continued. Too much fan service for me in there. I mean, I like the story and I do like the characters, but yeah, just a little too much fan service for me to really stay invested in it for Food Wars. But yeah, so that's kind of the first 2 bookshelves there. As you can see, it's kind of a continuous train, and then next we'll be moving on to that bookshelf. Alrighty, time to tackle this middle bookshelf, which is actually a bookshelf and half a bookshelf kind of stacked on top of each other here, so it's a bit of a mess. But here at the top, we have Assassination Classroom 1 through 21, which is complete. I have read this series in its entirety. It was actually the first ever manga series that I ever collected, and also the first ever manga series that I collected in its entirety. So this series is kind of a, it's kind of a special series for me personally. The leftmost volume there, the volume 1, was actually the first manga volume that I ever collected. So shout out to my sister who's, kind of got me into collecting manga. She says that I wouldn't be here where I am today without that single volume. So yeah, shout out to her. So yeah, there's 1 through 21 of Assassination Classroom there, and then to the right of that, kind of going down, we have Claymore, volumes 1 through 27. That is also complete. I kind of have my gripes with Claymore. It's not my favorite series of all time. I do plan on giving it another reread, trying to see if maybe I missed something in the story or otherwise. But yeah, not my favorite series of all time. I think it just really has to do with the artwork. I'm not a big fan of the artist's artwork in this series, but like I said, I'm gonna try to give it a reread and see what maybe I missed out on. So to the right of that, so there we go, we have D. Gray Man volumes 1 through 13. I know D. Gray Man was on hiatus for a long time, and it just recently came off, maybe last year, or I don't know how long ago, but yeah, D. Gray Man just came off of hiatus, so now I have a reason to start collecting more of these volumes again. But yeah, there's volumes 1 through 13 of that. And to right of that, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist volumes 1 through 8 going down here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is probably one of the first anime I ever watched as a kid, kind of just on the cartoon TV shows on like the Sunday mornings and stuff. So yeah, I wanted to start collecting those. So right of that, we have a series which is kind of always talked about in manga collectors, collections, which is Shaman King. They just came out with the 2-in-1s or 3-in-1s for Shaman King. So if you can't get a hold of Shaman King, the old-fashioned way, getting the volumes which are all out of print. They did recently just come out with the 2-in-1s or 3-in-1s. I forget which one it is, but yeah, if you want to start collecting Shaman King, you now have a way to do so. To the right of that, earlier I said One Punch Man was actually One Piece, but here is my One Piece collection. It is volumes 1 through 5. Kind of pathetic if you ask me, but it's kind of hard to get invested in this series when it's coming up on 100 volumes strong. So I just didn't really want to make that investment into a series that would take up so much space. So yeah, there's One Piece, an all-time classic. Who doesn't know about One Piece? So to the right of that, we have Astra Lost in Space 1 through 5. That is complete. One of my favorite series actually in my collection. This was a blind buy for me when I went to the bookstore. I just bought volume 1 and I absolutely fell in love with the series. If you're looking for a shorter series that has an amazing twist in it, please check out Astra Lost in Space. The artist really blew me away, and also, yeah, just this, the twist is so good. I highly recommend checking it out, guys. And to the right of that, we have Komi Can't Communicate, volumes 1 through 3. Another series that I'm slowly falling in love with the more I read it. The main character is just awesome, and the premise behind it is, yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, there's Komi Can't Communicate, volumes 1 through 3. And down here on the next shelf, we have Cross Game, volumes 1 through 4. There is 8 volumes in this series, so I kind of have half of it. I have to continue collecting the other half. But yeah, it's just a baseball manga, one that I do plan on collecting and finishing out because I have loved the first 4 volumes of that. Then down here, we kind of have my Dark Horse collection down here. We have Drifters, volume 1 there. I do believe there's 5 volumes of that, so I need to get the other 4. And then to the right of that, we have Trigun, one of my favorites, old school anime of all time. We have volumes 1 through 12 and then 14. If you're wondering why I'm missing volume 13 of Trigun, it's because it's stupid expensive and crazy out of print. I've seen it go upward to like $200 for a single volume, which I'm just not ready to make that investment. So yeah, there's Trigun volumes 1 through 12, skip 13 and 14. So to the right of that, we have a single volume of Black Cats, a series that I tried to get into, but just never really picked up for me. And then to the right of that, we have Lone Wolf and Cub, volumes 1 through 28 in its entirety. That is complete. And yeah, these volumes are miniature, but I absolutely love the series. This is what the Disney Plus TV show The Mandalorian was heavily based off of for Lone Wolf and Cub. So it's just great. It's really great to watch that show and read Lone Wolf and Cub and just kind of see where those connections are being drawn from. Through that, we have Nichijou. I think I probably butchered that pronunciation. I'm so sorry for anybody out there. But yeah, that's volumes 1 through 7 there. There's 10 volumes in the series, so I need to collect 3 more, and then I'll be complete. And then to the right of that, we have a Suma manga, which again, I probably butchered that. I'm sorry again. That is 1 through 4. That is complete. These are kind of just slapstick comedy, kind of comic book style manga, which I really do enjoy because it gives me a break from all the shonen I have, which is a huge portion of my collection. But yeah, that is all the manga in this middle bookshelf. We have 3 more bookshelves to go. Alrighty, I believe we're about halfway done with the video, so on to the next bookshelf. I'll just quickly show off kind of some of the other books I have up there. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but just a quick look at some of the other stuff I have. You'll see a lot of history books and a lot of biology books thrown in there. But yeah, on to the main course, what we're really here for. We have, left to right, we have Fairy Tail volumes 1 through 28. Fairy Tail was one of the first ever, mainstream big anime that I ever got into, so I kind of thought I'd honor it and start collecting that. I believe there's, oh gosh, like 70 something volumes that I gotta collect, so I'm only not even halfway there. So yeah, that's volumes 1 through 28 of Fairy Tail. And to the right of that, we have Parasite volumes 1 through 4. There's 8 volumes in the series of Parasite, so I'm halfway done with it, or halfway collecting it, I should say. And yeah, Parasite's an amazing series. I'm absolutely loving it and need to finish out the rest of it. To down below, we have, drumroll please, my favorite manga of all time. We have Soul Eater volumes 1 through 25. Big shout out to my friend Hayden, who first off sold me this series. So this was his own personal collection, and I bought it off him, and he's the one that got me into Soul Eater. And yeah, just my all-time favorite manga. It's not even close. I highly recommend, if you haven't checked it out, or even if you have watched the anime, I highly recommend checking out the manga, because in my opinion, the manga is so much better than the anime. All the issues that you have with the anime are solved, quote unquote, in the manga. So anyways, that's my mini Soul Eater rant. Volumes 1 through 25 complete there. To the right of that, we have A Silent Voice, volumes 1 through 7. That is complete. The only manga I would give credit to for making me shed a tear. Very sad series, but a very good series at that. So yes, we have A Silent Voice, volumes 1 through 7. And down here on the last shelf, we have Fire Force, volumes 1 through 7. Fire Force for me had big shoes to fill because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm such a big fan of Soul Eater. This is from the same mangaka as Soul Eater. So yeah, Fire Force didn't really live up to those expectations, but not to say it's a bad series, I still did enjoy it. So to the right of that, we have Slam Dunk volumes 1 through 31. I do believe this is all of Slam Dunk in its entirety. These are not the original actual manufactured volumes of Slam Dunk. These are a Malaysian print, which, if you don't know what that means, it just means that they copied over the original manga onto a book, and I guess it's from Malaysia. So these are not like authentic manga, if you will. It was my first time ever doing this, and probably my last, but yeah, it's a cheaper way to get intact with the series and get in touch with the series. And it's one that I'm not, not upset about, because in my eyes I still get to read all of Slam Dunk. So yeah, there's Slam Dunk volumes 1 through 31, but like I said, that is a Malaysian print of the manga. Most of these are actually still in the wrappings, and I need to get to reading them. So yeah, that's kind of that bookshelf there. Nothing too crazy, and on to the next. Alrighty, so 2 more bookshelves to go. We're kind of come down the home stretch here. So for this bookshelf, we have my box sets up here. We have Bakuman, Naruto box set 2, and Claymore. There's nothing in these, obviously, as you guys saw earlier, they're out on the bookshelf, but I do just like keeping the boxes. Alrighty, so now down here we have Love Hina volumes 1 through, what is that, I believe 14, that is complete. If you're wondering why I kind of have this kind of harem, romance manga thrown in with so much so much shonen, it's because I picked up this series for $15 in its entirety, which was just a deal I could not pass up on. So yeah, that is why I have the whole series right there. Got the whole thing for $15. And kind of going along with the Tokyo Pop theme we have here at the top, we have Dot Hack volumes 1 through 3. And then to the right of that, we have D Angels volume 1 through 7. And then to the right of that, we have Battle Royale volumes 1 through 7. Battle Royale volumes 1 through 7 is definitely my favorite of the Tokyo Pop lot that I have here. Battle Royale is just really cool because it's the original between, before Hunger Games, before Fortnite and PUBG and all the things that are heavily inspired from it. So it's just really cool to see where the inspiration comes from, the original Battle Royale. And then to the right of that, we have Planet Test Volumes 1 through 2. This is complete. I have only read the first volume of Planet Test. I really actually just need to finish Volume 2 to get a feel for the whole series, but the first volume was absolutely amazing. So yeah, that is Planet Test Volumes 1 through 2. And then down a shelf here, we have Full Metal Alchemist Volumes 1 through 27. That is complete. An all-time classic in anime and manga. Full Metal Alchemist, there's no real complaints here. What a solid series from start to finish. And then to the right of that, we have that single volume about a guy who's actually a cat. I don't even know how that came about to be in my collection, but it's there, and I guess it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But more importantly, we have Chaika, the Coffin Princess, Volumes 1 through 5, that is complete there. One of my favorite anime, actually, of all time. And the manga is a lot shorter than the anime. So yeah, if you want to check it out, the manga is an easier way to get invested into the anime. And then to the right of that, we have The Devil's a Part-Timer Volumes 1 through 4. Kind of a more silly, not too serious anime, and then the manga is the same exact thing. It's, kind of lighthearted. So yeah, there's Volumes 1 through 4 of that. And now down here on something that is more serious, we have Vinland Saga 1 through 11. That is complete. Vinland Saga anime Season 2 just got announced for next year, which I'm super excited to see because it kind of picks up on the second arc of the series, which, man, Vinland Saga is just so good. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend checking out Vinland Saga because you are missing out. And then to the right of that, we have Land of the Illustrious Volumes 1 there. Just kind of a single volume. Maybe plan on collecting more. I just never got really too invested into the series. And then to the right of that, we have Prison School Volumes 1 through 3. And then we have Uberblatts Volume 0. Uberblatts is a series that I do plan on collecting way more of. It's one that I have had for a long time and just never collected any more of, but one that I do thoroughly enjoy. Prison School is a series that I picked up because I had seen it in so many other manga collectors' collections, and I didn't really know what I was getting into, and then I started reading the first volume, and yeah, that is not for me, to say the least. Prison School is a very out there manga. If you want to go check it out, you can for yourself, but I definitely cannot open up a single page of that manga without getting this video taken down. So yeah, one bookshelf left to go. Alrighty, so we got one bookshelf left. As you can see, this is where it all ends. This is kind of where I've been starting to run out of room, so the collection has come to a halt, and this is kind of the aftermath of running out of space. We have this huge tower of manga, of miscellaneous manga. So up there at the top, we have Oran High School Volumes 1 through 5. We have Black Butler Volumes 1 through 5. We have Cat Volumes 1 through 5. We have Ultraman Volumes 1 through 4, which, as you'll see later, actually have the full collection of Ultraman. So those are kind of just extra, and as I mentioned earlier, I do have extras of some volumes that I do actually want to give away when we get to 200 subscribers. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then kind of down here, there's a few volumes of like Lucky Star and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vampire Knight, all these things kind of just thrown together, just miscellaneous volumes that all come together to create this huge tower of manga. Below that, we have all my comic books. And then to the right of that, more importantly, on top of that, there's some, again, more of my history books, but more importantly, we have Battle Royale, or I'm sorry, not Battle Royale, this is Battle Angel, this is Alita Battle Angel Deluxe Edition Volumes 1 here. And then to the right of that, we have the Deluxe Editions of Hellsing, which is Volume 1 there. And then Berserk, the Deluxe Editions, Volumes 1 through 3. As you can tell, Volumes 2 and 3 are still in the Saran Wrap, so I have not gotten around to reading those, but Volume 1 was absolutely amazing, and can't wait to dive into more of those. What kind of stops me from buying so much of the Berserk is obviously the Deluxe Editions are $50 each, and they are worth the price, don't get me wrong, but it's just so hard to invest so much into them, currently. And then moving on from that, we have Number 5, Volume 1. A series that I'm actually very interested in collecting more of. The story just kind of is very compelling and one that I, want to get more of. And then to right of that, we have the Legendary Edition of Zelda here, just as kind of a single volume of that. Alrighty, so that's what's on top of the shelf. That's what happens when you don't have any more room. They kind of go up there. And now below that, we have, going left from right, we have Akame ga Kill Volumes 1 through 6. That is not complete. I believe there's 15 volumes in that, so I have to continue collecting those. And then to the right of that, we have Akame ga Kill 0, the prequel, Volume 1 there. And then to the right of that, we have a series that, again, I don't even know. about anything about it. I've never read it or how I got 3 volumes of it, but yeah, it's there. And then to that we have Dead Man Wonderland Volume 1, a series that I do plan on collecting more of in the future. And then to that we have Buddha Volume 1, a series that I think has really cool spine art, and also the story is very compelling, so I do plan on collecting more of that. And then to the right of that, we have Golden Kamor, or Golden Kami, we'll go with that. Again, I probably butchered that, but that is Volume 1 of that. And then we kind of have my Urasawa works starting to come up here. We have Asadora, Volume 1 through 5, and then we have 20th Century Boys, Volumes 1 through 15. So again, that's kind of my Urasawa work. And down here, we have the Death Note Black Edition, or Black Editions. I mean, I do have an addiction to Death Note because it is such a good series. But yeah, these are the Black editions. These are the 2-in-1, so that is volumes 1 through 12 complete there. To right of that, we have the one shot, which is All You Need Is Kill. A great manga for being a one-off. It really has a compelling story for, you know, how much it packs in just one volume. And then to right of that, we have Monsters Volumes 1 and 2. There's 9 in the series. Yeah, there's 9 in the series for Monster. I only have the first 2, so I do plan on collecting all of that. And then to right of that, continuing with the Urasawa works, we have Pluto Volumes 1 through 8. That is complete. And then to the right of that, we have Neon Genesis Evangelion, the deluxe editions, perfect editions, whatever you want to call them. The first ones are all 3-in-1s, and then that one there on the end is just a 2-in-1 for kind of wrapping things up, volumes 13, 14. Shout out to my buddy Carson. He's a huge Neon Genesis fan, so yeah, shout out to you, man. And then now, here we go, the final ones. We have the 7 Deadly Sins, volumes 1 through 17. I've said this before, but the 7 Deadly Sins is very unique because it has this continuous spine art. There's only a few series that I know that do that, one being Dragon Ball. So it's just really cool that this series has, you know, the continuous spine art. And then to the right of that, we have Tokyo Ghoul, volume 1 and 2. I do, again, as I've said with most of these series, I do plan on collecting all of Tokyo Ghoul eventually. And then to finish off the whole series, we have Ultraman 1 through 15. That is complete, and that is a series that I'm halfway through reading right now. It's kind of a spin on the old Japanese cartoon, and it's, yeah, it's just a really cool series to dive into. So that is everything. For those of you that sticked around to watch all of that, that is all 700 manga volumes that I have in my collection. Alrighty, so ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you more than you might know. I know this is a bit of a longer video, so if you're listening to me right now, you're one of the very few that have stuck it through and have watched the video in its entirety. So again, like I said, thank you very much. Stay tuned for more videos that come out in the future. Maybe not as many manga videos, unfortunately, because I don't really know what videos I would make. I'm not too familiar with the manga creating scene and all that. I am more familiar with golf, and I know what I can do with that, because that is a skill that I have, you know, harnessed over many years of doing it or whatever. So yeah, I do plan on making more golf videos in the future, so if you want to see more of that, or if you just want to see more of me, go ahead, check out the channel. Maybe click the subscribe button, and then it'll help you find my channel a lot easier. So yeah, that's the end of the video. 2022, this is my collection. I'll probably make another one in 2023, so if you're going to be here a year from now, I will see you a year from now. But yeah, until then, stay safe, take care of yourselves out there, and yeah, catch you next time. This is the outro, so there's why am I explaining things like people don't know what an outro is?